Does anybody want to take a guess before we get started? It's in the title. It's 39, not 40. Hi friends, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel, Kashae's Tuesday. I am Kashae. Hello and welcome back. My shirt has a lot of little fuzzies on it because I've been taking the thumbnail photo and holding up all the plushies, so ignore that. Hello. Welcome. I started crocheting in March of last year of 2024. This is everything that I have made until the end of 2024. It's 39 projects and I really can't even believe it because I consider myself a really slow crocheter, and for me to almost have like one plushie a week, and I started crocheting in March, it's not even like a full year, like one plushie a week for a year, it's like almost 52. Like that's crazy. Yeah, I just remember being so scared and like intimidated to learn how to crochet, and now I have made 39 projects and I have this really cozy cute little corner of the internet sharing my crochet journey. It's just crazy. Like if you would have told me 2 years ago that this is where we'd be now, I wouldn't believe you at all. It's all really surreal, to be honest. Is lemonade. The lighting is gonna fluctuate. I am so sorry about that. Thank you for being here and for giving me like a purpose every day when I really didn't have one before. I really appreciate everyone being here. I'm gonna stop yapping because we need to get into this video. I obviously don't have all 40 projects with me, but I do have a lot, so we're gonna get into it. This is in the best order that I can figure that I made them in. I think this is like the best and most accurate order. So the first thing that I ever crocheted is this little bee. I read online that if you're gonna start making amigurumi, that you should start with a bee because it shows you the magic ring, increasing, decreasing, obviously single crochets, color changing, and then you do a little bit of sewing with the wings. So I just saw that like that's the first thing you should learn how to crochet with because it just shows you a lot. The reason it is pink and black is because when I did my yarn order online, it was gonna take a while to get here, so I was really impatient. I already had my hooks from Amazon, so I just went to Dollar Tree and picked up some chenille yarn, and I wanted to learn. Those are the only colors they had. I had barely had a grasp on what I was doing. I really didn't know what a stitch looked like, but I made it, and I'm really sad that I don't have it. I didn't grab it when we moved. I don't have like a real proper picture of it, but I do have it documented on like my YouTube channel and I think a reel, so that's the photos we're using. Yeah, this is my first little bee. It's so cute. It had a lot of holes in it, and it's just so funny because I haven't made a bee since, and like I need to make another bee, obviously. I need to make another one. So yeah, that was my first completed crochet project. So my next completed project was Leggy Peggy right here. I think I was just really dying to make a frog. Back then my intention was every pattern I wanted it to show me something new, and I just wanted to learn how to do this, you know? I think one eye is wrong. I think they're both wrong. Like honestly, I don't think I really pulled off a bobble stitch. She's my little Leggy Peggy, and I did give her some blush, so this was my little attempt at blush, and I was very proud of myself for that. And she's just so cute. Leggy Peggy. I made a mushie pop, and I don't know why I did it with this super thick yarn. Like the popping effect is kind of there, but I don't know. Every time I show it to someone, they think it's an ice cream cone. It's like a little magical fairy mushroom. It's made with blanket yarn. I don't like blanket yarn. I actually sold all of the blanket yarn I had in my stash because it hurts my hands. Once I started like decreasing right here and it started getting like tighter and tighter, it was like so difficult, and I was just like, why would I choose this yarn for this project? I don't know. I think I just really wanted to use this rainbow pastel yarn, and I needed the stem to like be the same kind of yarn as this top one. Yeah, I think the popping illusion would work out a little bit better if I used a different kind of yarn, but still really cute. I really like it. Theodore, and it's falling apart. I love this little bear. Theo was so special to me. This was like a really complicated, difficult project for me because of all the sewing, these color changes. He was just kind of hard. So I made him with Premier Parfait Chunky, and I distinctly remember that on their packaging, it says the recommended hook size was like an 8, which is ridiculous. I use a 6 for Premier Parfait Chunky now, but I use an 8 for him because I was like following directions, you know what I mean? His stitches are so big, the ends don't really stay weaved in, but I probably didn't weave them in correctly. Now I know better, but yeah, this is Theo. I don't know why the packaging said to use an 8mm. Oh my god, is his nose upside down? See, his nose moves around. It's just because the stitches are too big, I think. He's still my baby. I still love him. And I do tuck in his end when I feel like it, but I want it to be like authentic and real. Like he's just like, you know, he's here and he's like this. But yeah, I love Theo. Fred the Frog. Fred the Frog was my little birthday gift to myself. I wanted a frog pillow. I thought he was gonna be like pillow size, but I don't know. I think when I looked at pictures of him, I thought he was just gonna be bigger, but I guess you have to like read the pattern and see like the size it's gonna come out. And I wasn't doing that back then because I was like a beginner, so I just thought he was gonna be a lot bigger. And this was my first little successful attempt at a mouth. I was very proud, and he's held up pretty good, so yeah, that's Fred, my little baby. Love Fred. This one I don't have. I have to show every completed project, and unfortunately I did complete this one. This is a penguin. This is a messed up little penguin. I did decide to finish this monstrosity, so he has made it to the list. My cousin asked me for a penguin, and of course I'm like, I could whip up a penguin, like that's easy. And this is how it came out. Now, in my defense, the yarn I used was awful. It was Dollar Tree yarn. It was like squeaking and catching on my hook, and it just wasn't working out. There are stitches like missing from his face. The color changes were really difficult, and I noticed that the gray that I used was working up just fine. The gray yarn, it was Premier Parfait Chunky yarn. It was the black and white yarn, I believe, that was from Dollar Tree, and that was giving me a really hard time. He just had like gaping holes in his face, and then I tried to use his beak to cover up the holes, and I just kept like making the beak bigger and bigger. It was ridiculous. I tried to save it and it didn't work, but I did finish it. So the next project is the corrected penguin, which obviously I don't have because it was a gift from my cousin. I had to redeem myself because this was a gift. I used Premier Parfait Chunky all the way through. I never make the same thing twice, let alone back to back, but since this was a gift, I just like, I had to. Premier Parfait Chunky glided like butter on my hook. It turned out great. This penguin came out so perfect. It is my most perfect plushie in plush yarn. There were no mistakes. He was perfect, and I was so sad I had to give him away. I was so proud of this penguin. When you can see your progress, it's a wonderful feeling. I love this penguin. It's one of my favorite projects. Next, I don't have, because this was for my brother, but it was the Woobles lion. Sebastian the lion from the Woobles, and this was my fake Woobles kit from Temu. So I bought a fake knockoff Woobles crochet kit online from Temu, and I was inspired by Chloe Rose because she bought some knockoff art supplies from Temu, so I wanted to see what like knockoff crochet supplies they had on there, and it turns out it was like basically real. It was like basically a real kit. I love him. His mane was really hard for me to do because I struggled so much to crochet on a chain. I hate crocheting on a chain. I hated it up until I started doing it on acrylic yarn, and it's much easier, but yeah, I hate crocheting on a chain with like plush yarn and stuff. This was my first time using t-shirt yarn, and I think t-shirt yarn is awful. I think it's terrible. It hurts my hands, but I turned it into a keychain and I gave it to my brother, and he named it Mufasa. So I guess I was on like a keychain kick, and I made this strawberry, and I made it for my crochet bag because my crochet bag was pink, so I wanted just something dangling off that was crocheted, that was really cute, you know, and you knew it was like a crochet bag because there's like a crochet keychain on it. It just made sense to make it. I guess at the time adding seeds was just a little bit too difficult. It was a little bit too intricate for me to do. The stem was kind of crazy as well. I might have like added way too many like things to the stem, or I might have followed the pattern. I don't really remember, but I remember it was like, it was hard. It's like pulling the stitch that the chain is on, so not the greatest, but still cute. I still really like this strawberry. I think it's adorable. This was a cupcake from my little cousin. He asked me for a cupcake. It's a finished project, so I'm forced to show you. He asked me to crochet him stuff all of the time. And this isn't the cousin I made the penguin for, this is his little brother. And recently he's been asking me to teach him how to crochet, and he's 8. I think I'm gonna teach him. I think that would be really fun. I think for this cupcake, I just totally didn't understand the pattern, or like I missed the row where you're supposed to separate. I don't know what I did. I don't know. This cupcake is cursed. This cupcake looks like its brains are just out. Also, he lost it. As soon as I gave it to him like 2 days later, he lost it. We found it like 3 weeks later in the couch, but he lost it. So because he lost it, I just decided to make him another one. The second one, I used a video tutorial, I believe. It was a different pattern, and it's just like 1,000 out of 10. It's just so great. I think I would just change the mouth. The mouth is a little bit big. It's cute. I just think the mouth throws off the design a little bit. And these are the colors he requested. It kind of, to me, looked like a marshmallow with like an ice cream scoop on its head, or like rainbow sherbet on its head, but still cute. I still liked it. Adorable. And this was my first time putting cardboard at the bottom of like a crochet piece for it to stand up right, and yeah, that was fun. This was my first wearable, my first little scrunchie, and I made it out of Premier Parfait Chunky yarn. Now when I make scrunchies, I make them out of acrylic yarn, and I want to dabble into making them out of cotton and like bamboo. Scrunchies are my favorite hair accessory, and they've always been my favorite hair accessory my whole life. This one came out really cute, really well constructed, very cute. The brown cookie bear. I don't love this one. I think the color changing yarn might be throwing it off for me, and the face kind of looks like a mouse. I think when people do bears, like their face is a little bit lower and like the cutesy like style, and mine is just like not doing that. I'd love to try another teddy bear soon. He just kind of looks a little funny, but he's cute, I guess. Just not my favorite. My Winnie the Pooh, and I love him so much. I love this project. I really love him, and I sleep with him every night like as a pillow, so he has like fully lost any shaping he had. You can see I was using, I think, my 6mm hook for this because the stitches are much more tight, much more uniform, and this is Premier Parfait Chunky. It needs a smaller hook. I don't really have a picture of him in his like glory state in his prime. I accidentally deleted them. He's my favorite. Oh my gosh, I love him so much. He's just a little deflated, but he's still really cute. This was part of my Disney vlog, so the next few plushies are gonna be Disney related because I am a Disney adult. Where is my little Mickey Mouse? My little mini Mickey! And this one is just really sentimental to me because I love Disney. I just love Disney. It is my comfort. He's very cute. I was thinking I was gonna turn him into a keychain, maybe, if I had something to put him on. And eventually I do want to make a little matching mini with her colors and a bow. I think that would be really cute, but I love him. I think he's adorable. So next we have my little alien from Toy Story, and I really love how this one came out. In the pattern, the eyes were like straight across. I decided to do the eyes in a triangle, and I really like that effect. I think it is really nice and like more alien-y. I don't know. Rarely do my projects ever come out just like the photo in the pattern, so I'm really proud of this one. I think he's really cute and exactly what the original pattern looks like, except I just changed the eye placement. Yeah, I love this one. My little red panda that I wanted to be May's panda from Turning Red. It's okay. It's definitely not my favorite. I think it's just a little bit too realistic for what I was going for, and I realized after the fact that May has like bushy eyebrows on her panda, and I didn't add any eyebrows to this one. And the sewing of like different colors together, I don't know, it just kind of threw it off for me a little bit. But yeah, still pretty neat, I guess. Just like a little bit realistic for the style I was going for, but still kind of cute. We have my little sea turtle, my first turtle. So cute. I can't wait to make more turtles. I'm saying my first turtle, but this is my only turtle, and he is so adorable. I have to make another turtle in like a more natural colors. That's kind of the vibe I'm kind of going for in 2025. I love this one. I just think it's kind of giving Squirtle a little bit. This was my first time using my glitter eyes, and I just loved it so much. I'm like, I can't go back to regular eyes because this is adorable. It just gives it so much more character and personality, and it's really cute, and I love it so much. Yeah, very very cute. So this next project is a butterfly, and she's a little goofy. She's a little goofy looking. I think I struggle a little bit with smaller patterns that are kind of no-sew. This had some sewing, but are kind of like no-sew, 1 unit, really small. I don't know. They just like kind of don't turn out well for me because I've attempted a few and I'm like, my brain just doesn't compute it very well. But I think for sure I definitely should not have given her eyes. And I was like, oh, their glitter eyes are gonna be so pretty. She's gonna look so magical. No, and again, I used blanket yarn. The purple was kind of off. I don't know, but yeah, she looks kind of funny. We have a coaster. My first decor piece, so cute. And this was like my first flat thing. It definitely was still in the round, but it's flat, it's a coaster, you know what I mean? And it's made out of acrylic yarn. So that was really fun. And this made me love acrylic yarn. The difference is just crazy. It's like easier. So this worked out pretty fast. Acrylic yarn for me was just like really easy to work with, and it kind of made me addicted. I was so happy with this one. So then I made this one, and this one is like curving and it's floppy. I think my tension was off or something compared to this one. This one is like way worse. Super cute for my first decor pieces, and I do use this green one often. This is my favorite scrunchie, you guys. I wear it to this day. I started buying green shirts just so I could wear this scrunchie. Once I made this one, I just knew I had to make a million more. Like, this is my favorite hair accessory ever, and it's perfect. It is so perfect. I love it so much. I call this the Goofy Jumbo Shark, a second attempt at a shark for my brother. The first one I did not finish. I think it looked just too much like a whale for me. I tried to add like a menacing mouth. He just came out like a little goofy. I don't know. And I think the sizing of like the pieces you sew on, like the fins and everything, were just a little too off. Like they were too small compared to the body. So I was making those bigger, proportionate to the body, and I was just like freestyling a little bit. Like the tail was funny. I had to redo the tail. I don't know. Me and this pattern just really didn't get along. I gave it to my little cousin because he liked it. Every time he saw it, he laughed and he wanted it. So I still have not made my brother a shark, but this is the biggest plushie I've attempted thus far, and oh my god, there were like 46 rounds. Like, please, oh my goodness. So next I have this sloth, and I like this one kinda, not really. Like the eye mask, you can see everywhere I sewed. The pattern didn't call for a mouth, but I gave him one. He looks kind of goofy. His head is kind of floppy. Something is off. And this was supposed to be a gift for my best friend, and she still has not received any of her plushies. I'm going to remake all of them in acrylic yarn, and that's just what it's gonna be. It's just kind of funny. The legs sit kind of funny. I went through a pretty intense scrunchie phase. Scrunchies are the only pattern I know by heart, so I can mindlessly do them when I'm out and about. So I started making scrunchies in the car. I had a job at one point. I was making scrunchies at work. Yeah, I was just mindlessly making scrunchies. White scrunchie, because I wanted one to go with my white clothes. The sizing is kind of off because I did put it down, and then when I picked it back up, I used a different hook size. The stitches are tighter over here and looser right here, but no one is noticing except me. Pink scrunchie. This was a gift for my cousin. She's in Virginia. I still have not been able to give it to her, but it is done. Neon green scrunchie. This is a gift for my other cousin. His favorite color is green, and he likes bright colors, so I made this for him. Still have not been able to give this to him because he's also in Virginia. Brown scrunchie, because I wear a lot of tans and browns and neutrals and earthy colors, so this just goes with a lot of my clothes. I love this scrunchie so much. This is made out of Spin Cozy yarn, but it's so soft and squishy, and I love this yarn so much. Tan scrunchie, just because I needed like a lighter brown scrunchie for when I didn't want to wear a darker brown scrunchie. So yeah. So this next one I don't have a great picture of, but it is a purple scrunchie that I did make for a coworker. So while I was making it, the yarn strands were kind of falling apart. I do have a picture of that. The final product kind of looked a little bit funny in a spot or two on the scrunchie because of the yarn kind of unraveling a little bit. Yeah, I gave this to my coworker. I did make a mushroom keychain for someone. They have it. It was a gift. I don't have a great picture of it, but I did make it one day at work. I thought I was just gonna be able to whip this up really easily, but you guys, sewing down the little white splotches swatches was so difficult. I had to make so many of those little magic rings and then sew them down. Next, I made Trixie. Trixie the Triceratops, my first dinosaur, and I love this little Triceratops. She's so cute. I really love this like back piece thing on her head. Like that's so interesting. I'd never done something like that before. This kit was from Amigurumi. They sent it to me, and I do have an affiliate link with them as well that I can link down below. She just came out so cute. She is made out of t-shirt yarn as well, and I definitely felt that in my hands. Yeah, I love Trixie. I think she's so cute. We have a wooble, but it is made out of plush yarn. I just really wanted to see what a wooble would look like in plush yarn because they're always made with t-shirt yarn, and I don't love how the snout turned out. And for whatever reason, I switched hook sizes like halfway through the mane, and you can definitely tell, but I'll have to attempt this again with a different wooble. I think that would be really fun. But yeah, this is Sebastian in some plush yarn. He's cute. This is another gift from my little cousin. This is a Mario Star power-up pillow. This was really interesting to crochet because it was like two flat panels in the shape of the star that you would single crochet together and then stuff. I've never crocheted a pattern design like that. I really enjoyed the challenge. It was different. I definitely was losing stitches because of the plush yarn, but it was fun and I like how it turned out. I crocheted this pumpkin and it is so cute. I love this pumpkin. I love the little swirly leaf. I think it is so cute. This was my first time crocheting a swirl like this, so that was fun. And then this was also my first time like shaping yarn to this degree. I could have shaped it more, but the thing is I was really scared I was gonna snap the Premier Parfait chunky yarn. I kind of stopped, so it's not like fully shaped, but like it's still shaped. It's still really cute. I adore this little fall project. I think it is so cute. The gingerbread house. And if you didn't see the video where I made this, a company reached out and asked me if I wanted to review one of their kits for a video, and it was like November, so of course I chose something like Christmassy themed, and it is actually a basket. Like this comes apart and it's like storage. This is literally the most intricate thing I've ever crocheted. There's so many little pieces. There's a door, there's windows, it's a basket, some new stitches I had to learn, some new techniques, and I did double up the yarn in some places. I've never done that before. This was just like a crazy little project, but I really love how it turned out. I think it's adorable. My mom loved it so much she offered to buy it from me, so this technically is hers. I did add sprinkles to this, so you know, growth and improvement. It's just so cute and like festive and Christmassy. But yeah, I love the gingerbread color of the yarn. I love the frosting going all the way around, the gumdrops. I mean, this is just so cute. I just loved it so much. The gingerbread kit also came with a candy cane, and it's really cute. This white is like a long chain, and then you kind of wrap it around and sew. That was the first time I ever did something like that, so that was interesting. He looks kind of wonky from this side, but he's really cute from this angle. Yeah, very festive, very cute. I love doing Christmas crafts. They're so fun, and they just kind of really get you in the spirit of the holidays, so this was awesome. So this next project I don't have with me because this was a gift, but this is my Santa. I think by far this is the best thing I have made. This is a birthday gift for my grandmother that my aunts actually commissioned me to make. My grandmother's birthday is in December, so she has like a Christmassy kind of birthday, and she collects black Santa Clauses. I don't think I'm ever going back to making anything out of like plush yarn. I think I'm gonna use up the rest of my plush yarn, and then fully I'm going like full in on acrylic yarn amigurumi, worsted weight yarn amigurumi. This is the style and direction that I am headed in. I think this is so me. I just love it so much. The only thing I would change is the beard. If I had more time, I would probably have redone the beard. The final attempt was the second attempt at the beard. The first attempt I did it wrong. The second attempt I skipped a step, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just don't have time. If I could like put it down for like 2 weeks and then come back to it, I would fix the beard. I used most of my Christmas money on like a huge order of worsted weight acrylic yarn. I'm just so excited for this new direction in my crochet journey because I love the Santa so much. I just want to make so many more plushies. And the last thing that I made in 2024 is a Steelers logo for my brother. He came in my room one day and he was like, can you crochet the Steelers logo and put it on my beanie? And then I just made it into his Christmas gift. I did decide to just buy him a new beanie. I made the logo and put the logo on the new beanie. Yeah, I think it turned out really, really nice. That is the last thing that I made in 2024. And that is all 39 items that I made in 2024. I just thought I really didn't make that much, but like I made a lot. All of these plushies got me to explore more and, you know, really like figure out the style that I like. I think I definitely have outgrown this style a little bit, and that is okay. I just can't wait for what the new year is going to bring creatively for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!